It's January 2023. In the UK, Nicola Bulley decides to walk the dog near the river, a walk that she did quite often. Now, she was on her phone on a Teams meeting at the time, and then she disappears into what it seems like total thin air. Or did she fall into the river and die? What do you think? Welcome to Aldon's Reviews and True Crime. So it's been a mystery since then. Now the BBC have made a new documentary on the case, and it kind of reopens new wounds.
Emergency.
Oh, hello. My partner left this morning at 8:30 to take my two children to school, and the dog went with her because we take the dog for a walk.
Right.
I was getting concerned because she hadn't returned home by 9:30. She's usually back by 9:30, so I thought she must have got chatting to somebody. I've been trying to ring her since about 10:30. No reply, and then the school's just rung me to say that they've just found the dog. Somebody's found the dog, and my partner's put her phone down on a bench and the dog lead, and she's nowhere to be seen.
The 45-year-old woman who vanished while walking her dog along the river was last seen on Friday.
Last seen on a footpath by the
Missing
river.
while
What
walking
has
her
happened
dog.
to Nicky Bulley?
I remember thinking at the time, how is this so big?
There's the bench.
What on earth is going on?
I don't understand how she can go missing.
Just can't stop thinking about it. Like, where is she?
It was almost as if people didn't want to believe the police, didn't want to believe what we had to say.
Now it's been the centre of controversy, perhaps, on the social media side, everywhere. The media, newspapers. The case is actually closed, and it's said to be an accident, and Nicola fell into the water. What do you think? Put down in the comments if you think anything is suspicious, untoward, or whether it was just an accident. Now, to me, you can rule out suicide, I think, because there was no note left, and it was a strange situation. She just left the phone in the middle of a Teams meeting, a mortgage advisor's meeting. What on earth? The key point and the strange thing is that the divers searched for the body in the river. Now, the diver was very experienced, the head diver, and they couldn't find a thing. And then it took 3 weeks, 3 weeks later, and then they found the body. Was the body there in the first place, or was it planted? There was said to be a van in the vicinity at the time, and that seems strange because the van, did that have anything to do with it? Was that van ever alleviated from inquiries? The dog never left the riverbank where Nicola went missing. Now her partner Paul called this in as a 999 emergency, but it didn't seem very urgent to him as such. His emotion to me, whilst listening to call, and you can make up your own mind, he didn't seem overly dramatic or overly bothered. I think if our loved one went missing, perhaps we'd be concerned. The other thing that strikes me personally as strange is when he was interviewed, Paul was interviewed, and he said, oh, Nicola or Nicky struggled with mental health. And the authority on the other end of the phone said, do you mean mental health issues? And he said, yes, she was having trouble with the menopause, etc. Now, why would Paul put this into the mix? Pretty much straight away, the mental health issues. Perhaps trying to make it look like suicide? This is a mystery that we're never going to know. We're not going to know what happened in this case. Perhaps it was an accident. Or perhaps somebody's basically gotten away with murder. My next point would be, if it was suicide, why would a woman that was happy with 2 children just leave her children like that? And just unusually just leave a Teams call. And normally when people are committing suicide, they're kind of preparing for it. It's in their mind and they're kind of preparing. So they're leaving notes. Would she have taken the dog to the riverside? More hassle? Wouldn't she have left the dog with somebody or left the dog at home? Why would she do this? There were suspicions, and probably suspicions about Paul, but we don't know. We can't just make things up. We need evidence. Motive-wise, there could have been a motive-wise. It could have been simply that Nicola was perhaps maybe having an affair or talking to other people. So this may have been a jealousy thing. She may have already discussed plans to leave Paul, perhaps, and he couldn't handle it. Who knows? We'll be covering this one if there's public demand. So what do you think? Do you think we should cover this one, or leave it as it is, or just leave the BBC to draw their own conclusions? Are they biased? I don't know. I haven't seen enough of it yet, but it certainly puts it in people's minds. And I think this is going to be a big one. It's going to reopen again. It was big before on social media, but I think it's going to reopen again. But you yourself, please don't have any nasty dreams, and please take care. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and subscribes. It all helps. Thank you for your support for the channel. All of you really are doing a good job. Thank you.
The police say this is what it is. It's almost like a parent saying, because I said so. Social media is going to take that and kick against it really strongly. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
She was the glue for the family. She was the glue. And that's what we kept saying to ourselves. She would never have gone off on her own.
We were absolutely worried sick because it was just, there's nothing we could do other than wait.
Anything that builds the hope up, you grab it with both hands.
I don't think she's here. I think there's probably a third party involved.
I always expected, Nikki to come walking through the door. I expected it to be just a horrendous nightmare that we were 100% going to wake up from at any minute.